Premo ato abusan fremo mu nyina aha UTV so enie omayimu ene amagodro so nsam ayensa ka ne aboaboa no eno na edu so yede ebramo efri abeka junction ewo enkrakopon mu this way chocolate drink osudio hia ene ensuo share special ice enu ensuo emu ode enemu eyakoji ena fe special drinks enu so emu guahodo ye ginger malt strawberry edo so pa ni nyina so ede nu ntia no atono mo obi abesra wa na atumi anya bi anom sa enyumakwe ene aboafo enkaye na akabom aso yasene ayede from Tubreka Seboy ebremo sanso ena DSTV channel 360 from Tubreka Seboy ye twa eguso na kasebono de bedimo akotini bi enie oswafo hye ensase ene emu ne paso ede atodwa se wonom akohu ebo a wutimi ane ade dade ahodo bebre ene no mkohu ye ewo kuro a watudin akokorowa ewo oti mantam no emo Ghana Health Services Fonso at the maternal health promotion campaign aba eno no wobehwe se oba bia betumi akwa awoso na wafa no ho afa ne ba ewo abra kwanhye bia enkoto wonom ewo kwan mu oswafo hye bambo ensem sonso yenya ntie se wone aban enafensu ma hye biafo ene sonso ahodo ahyase a wonum eye enkasa ho ewo nema pimu sanso na se yekọ eye hyiahia yesi lorry station wonum no entokwagyere mu dendende no ne aprosifo mpo na dia bo aninam so ama lorry station no wonum atumu abusanfo wei ene ensem bia ebi eka na editie na edihwe ene aso no so krogia yede ebramo ewo UTV so ewo enkran abeka junction Midday ade Afia Adutwumwaa Morosa me ena from Tubreka Seboy Midday ebramo Afia ensem no mu enie osofo hye ensase ene emu ni paso a woni ononyamfo sam abu jinapo yenya ntiese wakọ apro ewo timantam ni ko yase no yesi wakọ hu ebo na saa ebo no ayese rock bi sa abotan na yesi utumi dane mu nane no ede ye dade ahodo bebre ema yetumi enya sike mu odu edi free mu eye iron all yibi no wakohunu eno kohu ye ewo akokorowa enu yekuro otimantam mu enewo
volume of iron in this part of the country. Is that what you're trying to do? Animal, for the past 4 years, we've been working on the so-called Akapo iron ore. Initially, it was like it's not of commercial quantity. So Geological Survey has been working on this for the past 4 years, and from all indications, it's of commercial quantity. And we have established the lateral extent, that is the area. So what is left is the depth. So with the depth, we'll be able to give the minister the reserve estimation to let the minister know whether we have 2 billion, 3 billion, 4 billion. And that's what we are doing. So we have established the iron 55.22%. Very, very high. Where the top of the iron. Okay. 55.22%. Okay. Very high. Very high. Very high. And is it manganese? Yeah. Okay. Titanium, manganese, potassium. They are all in there. Sulfur. So it's the iron which is in substantial quantities. Okay. So is this as a result of the road construction or is that's what by your own engineering? But then we don't know the extent. It extends. It extends towards Rwanda. But we have not reached the Wow. But is it?
Oswafo shansase ni mu ni paso to so editu dwase say aban ehome yoko a aban ekun ede etia galamse ewo memu no oginamu dendenden na sansemi asantemantemu yekumase ena odekotu dwa
Damango emrase bedwane se ekwanya Ghana ha adesue ni bi efa so tu efom agudie de friend se galamse no ha adwene papa wo mu enni tumi krata se ya no mu se oman ni nsuo ni yensase de ema ne ye ya ne se sika omunya no ena de se oman Ghana nso yenya emfaso bia efre mu enu nti na onwanyafo abugina podi tu dwasen se sie no aban no eye nhihye bia se de galamse wo kase wo tu ase ana ebi mu se wano aduane bebo wo mo no wo de sa nhihye no ba be si bibi anan a sika nkakane bi yegu galamse omunya no enai de omnam san hyehyɛ foforo no so ebenya sika ne bi e de ato won botom wode nsem etu dwa no na Ghana School of Law ne fa Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology omo hyehyɛ public lecture bi a eno efa ekwan pa yebefa so etu eye efomagudie e wo Ghana ha na edemfa so abre oman eno mu no okire sen wo mo eheda ekokohyiai we ye National Consultative Forum en wo mo yeye na bro mo jeje adwenkyerɛ wieye no the friends say communicate no anase ensampo emakomako edunum en wo mo si so dua wo mo kunshi gron krata so a sesi aso ye no kra hyase a wode edi dwuma ononyafo Samuel Abugina pose wono de excavators a ye kye free eye galamsey fo ho a ye hye no wota kire dendenden enam se de omodi ka hye no eno kra bobi mu hu aka ni bi wo ma na nkomo pese omukotobi ede betu galamsey no sesi a omojai.
The destruction to the environment that has been caused by the illegal small-scale mining has resulted in people associated small-scale mining with environmental destruction. But a well-organized small-scale mining will contribute immensely to our socio-economic development through job creation and increasing government revenue. The small-scale mining contributes about a third of our total gold production. Currently, all our production comes from small-scale mining. The government is therefore not against small-scale mining. What the government is against is illegal small-scale mining that pays no regard to the environment and the lives of the millions of people who depend on them. What we must do to ensure that we benefit from small-scale mining.
Petroleum Commission yenya ntia say wonum abie 2021 local content conference ano ewo enkran but e da kuma so nyina ene say eba fango ene enframaja eye oil and gas na wose wo baji hu nimde e de free foreign companies eye amnoni enyimako no wonom e de amagana for
Onimonyamfo Andrew Japamesa a wono ne ye osoafo abedi echi ohwa nwodene so ene kasa ye bi adwumadie no ano wochema no osinyame adom Ghana yetu fango anyenyembi anyumako dodo se ne ye Ghana de omutu fango na eponi nimdie fofora aba ye technology no ye nimu bia na edi behemu wennada eye ade esi etimi hwehwa adwene wo ho ne ye boa hwe kwampa ye befa so ye benyamu chefa wode nse wennada tudwa ebra emfiempi mienu ene aduonu baako fango ene mframaja.
It is an undisputed fact that for Ghana to fully exploit its hydrocarbon resources, public and private sector must, as a matter of urgency, embark on the needed action to build technological capacity for efficient exploration and production activities. Furthermore, companies involved in joint ventures and other forms of partnerships must strictly adhere to the technology transfer laws in Ghana, particularly the petroleum local content regulations. Foreign companies involved in any of the aforementioned partnerships should do their very best to transfer technology to indigenous Ghanaian companies. Please be reminded that you are required to comply with Ghana's Technology Transfer Regulations 1992 LI 1547 and Regulations 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26 of the Petroleum Local Content and Local Participation Regulations 2013 LI 2204. This is not only a compliance issue, but it will also give you a social license to work harmoniously in the country.
Petroleum Commission kwanchirefo lawyer Albert Fabil and UTV Edinkomo echense musi.
For a foreign entity to be able to do petroleum business in Ghana, it must incorporate a joint venture with an indigenous Ghanaian company and afford the indigenous Ghanaian company equity participation of at least 10% in the JV. And so we have a number of JVs working in Ghana today. Now, the foreign entities in a JV are required by law to transfer technology to the indigenous Ghanaian companies. But we have situations on hand where, yes, there are Ghanaian companies in JVs, engineering JVs, for example, and the indigenous Ghanaian company doesn't even own an engineering yard. So what the commission is trying to do is to avert a situation where in 10, 20 years' time, the story will still be that it's only foreign entities that can do the high-end technological jobs. So we are deciding to police and work with them. It will not be, if you like, a strict kind of thing that you must have it because it's a process. And so some of them don't even realize that these are some of the obligations upon them. Meanwhile, they're in the JVs already. So what we want to do is to give some kind of a window and an opportunity with certain clear signposts or epochs that must be reached, so that maybe in 2, 3, 4, 5 years' time, these companies will own, the indigenous Ghanaian companies in the JVs will own their own engineering yards and invest a lot more of their earnings in technologies and procure these technologies to be able to get some of these big-time contracts upstream, so that we retain some or a significant chunk of the monies in this jurisdiction.
Ghana Health Service or Mayor Pumadi Ejumeko at the Maternal Health Promotion Campaign Abba. Abutaya da kumasu nyina ne se wobeti wani ahwe apemfo eye e wo memu na omakwa wo so na wanya wo hu na fe wo manso watumi enya wo mo do mabafie wa bre ankoda no mpo wonfa edem die disability bianso emafie.
The Ubo Ghana Health Service, upper home to Mofiti as ya Obui, near Washer Nimuse Bequakuria and say, Ghana for the titru any awful. At a tia would do a mamma, you are a firm or brother famper when you say no, or better what you want, who at your free self subano. Ochimua, at a tea any how by your bisha. Now, for the neighbor firm or brother famper when you say no quentino. No, the Aho prepare a quack of her drink so offer. No, say Kuna, na quack of sons will be ababe dress abo front, so we are hoshia, and yadia be a beam. Sawa how Ghana Health Service. Epeso yi free hono mo entino na Dr. Patrick Kuma Boaje ono na ekwankyerefo panyina wo da Ghana Health Service ano ekirema wa pausa dwumadie yi ho entuma sei ene wo kiremu edify
be engaging him for queen mothers and all community leaders about their role of play about maternal death abaso ye ne health workers in sebe because ye bet bo modern say ye man to tear the man nurses ne doctor for you na be cause kama na baby enim say equipment ni bia no to the best of our ability ne be make sure say homes is adequate for them ne be stress be campaign say obi onyim bia no omra hospital tem chain man the be able simin sianso ba o me say period na wo ba wo be kan wa no ba time o sure so abra Sabea Bibia so antichma. Oh, Munsen idea, better so aye. Near ya, there, that name of Bishimukina, no more. I mean, be any can say, Baku and Ami, yes, 0, and that's our target. And yes, sir, a Chinanko, but in together, and a bit of more than I say, be any whole call also. But especially in a bomb by a baby.
4 more now, 4 now, boo. Afoming cram and tag ben on number Johnny Eka happy crack, Conicoto ya for Oba she. I'm guessing school be at 3 was school be or mammy miss I know a woman. Can me drive coaching Eka driving license I can have money Eka say driving. She can Okase could drive and have a driving license. It was a school, you have a family planning. Exactly, you are not matured for sex.
National Development Planning Commission a wodwam sani ene Professor Georgian Bafo wonom ene Director General Dr. Kojo Mensa Abrampa ena afenso ye nimdifo dodo no aka bom ade report mienu aba a namso wonom adano adi na ni nyina ne se wo mu ehwe kwampa befa so ama ewiase anampo amaman aye kama form pa ede ama obia
sa equality no ba I say amani me mantema de no ba ofia se ye ko yenim uko parliament kra amano adoso kakra ti kakra ye binum da mo bi wo ha se no stella den mai manu bi na me ka se mathematics se ni english so nkra no ya no mo nya de papa se ho yitim man so ko man ko soro niam bi duma me bo so no bebre wo ho a eno de yentimu nko yenim papa ni nyina ne se sika ye de ye adwuma no na ye ana ye de ena mechanics sika do ye hia no eso pa so many billions so government no ne otim ba no ye be 9 billion ne aka no 45 billion no na say ye pay no free baby fufro businessmen okrum hakora bibire decide say ombeboa ya ma yatim into o promises say nka ombema ay fund bi be 100 million every year send be ay bitim di ay nyumanu bibire environmental problems are facing this time we na sinsu nto say ni nyina ye climate change problems no bia and also nyina ye pe hu sika e betim dia mitigate sa nema no nti in the brochure na not share no ye hwe ba bia yen yetimaye aduru ni target na ye share ye ni so no hefa na ye aduru na den na yenye na yetimako yenim eno ho na ma ye meeting nti se de o ma kire ba bia aduru no nti ba bia e wo ye nuru ye no a ye ho kire en kakra no so no ni afekwan bia e fa so a ebe ye na yetimako anim
ye bunkunta se de ye na kosisai wo de yen adwuma ye de na toto se 2030 target ya set na emusan na yakote se dem kan 20% sa na ye ka se enko kese se de ye ko yenim so ye tan de ato ye mu se ekwan be so be fa so betumi akọ yenim nka covid therefore ya begumma ade a na ye ne enim a nka no na yenim so ye nam kwan so kwan bi a so be duru ho no sisi ya science nti brofo se build back better ye ko yenim no che se ye hye ye ho kutupa am yetumi akọ eno ho adwuma enene ye dia besi ye bo amane e ma se enya ndp kwa na enya enya ban kwa na enya o man ni nyina na ye yasudi se betumi asom na ya batabo na yetumi e dia kwene
abefo kwan ayefa so ebokro no akase ewia nkrofo data tisu nyumaku akase wonum data e de computer bokro no aprosifo abo omanfo kokko ewo ho
Jumedi bia koso ewo St. Louis Senior High School no ewo eye Kumase ewo Asante Mantema ni nyina na se kwan ben so na mpanyimfo betima hwe na abefo kwan so a amanfo fa so ebo amanfo kro no be kire eye cyber crimes a ekoso ewo wiase enkanka ne omonam internet so etimi edibu amanfo ne no na omoto omonsa ede frɛ Superintendent Frederick Hammond ono na ye KNUS District Police Commander ono ode sa akokoboi ebae wo se amanfo hwe yi pa internet oguru a usika ombeji ni nyina ocheche nsem ni mu sei
na say ye beti no na I say obi ekotwa obi pictures and say obi akwara bi nude picture na say penim bi nude picture no dey akoto internet so na mafo hwe bo say omo de bi for so omo say when sika be able show some of these pictures on the internet in the account. I'm for a so hack and for accounts. Or more per se or mujinya information be from the accounts. And in the account. Sa in your way now, no, yeah, Koya Mufaso, yeah, Bebre, and it's almost send be a link biamo. Oko presses wa no mwenya all this information from your accounts. Bikra mu tumikra call credit card mu anasa bank account mu no mwenya sika bikra free mu nti anything on mucha mu say bi o ha from like white hackers. But sana ya kana papa wo mboni wo but se wo sua kra fa ya de a eye kwan papa so a betumi abo na eye kwan bon so because we are embra insa beka wo no metwe so e betumi akoda afiade between 5 years and 15 years.
Programs coordinator Edema Cyber Ghana eye Owura Bright Eduzi ono so kirekirem ne enti a saa dwumadie no omoye no St. Louis Senior High School kwan a betumi afa so a saa cyber crime na ekoso no ano betumi abrase.
I was for year to work as a bono so and shaya a buying any men's na who do at their bar. One am so obia NCSC and nimu operation clean your frontage no. So say penny for I just one besha said and then now one at the heavy duty truck drivers makumako eduno and so and ebesha say.
Senya nkramanta musoafo ene Ghana ban ene swade hunu so obema oman Ghana mu atu wine no odi operation clean your frontage nhyehyɛ aba ohwe animu sɛ Ghana ni bia ebesiesie fa kote na yatumi atu efin so sa afiri nkramanta mu ne sa yo so enti no Armed Forces Supplies and Transport Training School ene zoom line adwumako no aka wontoma abom identity ama hyenkafo obehwe atwi ahyen a ode besesa efin no afiri mpatamu ama sɛ sia de mu aduonu nso 27 de waje wontete awie oba befiri ase ashe wonjumadie ase wodjumadie no ase no opanyina woda special operations ano edemazum line wadwumakuo no Colonel retired Rogatus Kumlaga ekasai
as part of the Operation Clean of Frontier program that is going to start very effectively from January 2022. We have to prepare a team of drivers, and the drivers that are passing out today are a part of that team. The implementation will cover mostly the greater Accra region, in line with the regional minister's vision of making sure that the Greater Accra region is very clean. This morning's function saw 27 of the drivers passing out. And with that, we are sure that we could start this program effectively as we mobilize more and train more of the drivers.
It is my hope that the engagements between your company and this school would continue even in the years to come. The school is very grateful to you for making us your first choice anytime it comes to driver training. Please extend these sentiments to the EC. We are very grateful to him for the support he's given us. As we've said, take your job seriously, maintain the vehicles, because it is when the vehicles are on road that you also get your source of income.
And net the Zumana, I am the baby. Am I be who said, ye first need him say drivers, but Yababi Shane may be or driving through her. In Tiene, a foot to a mammy and Mofi, because as I saw me a fin baby, Sumra me who say a fin the Arabian baby near my baby, pa, and Titrania being a young share called catch up for Frosse. We a fin baby good fear at the Ariane at the Eben Mount. It is a my environment, ye cream, said the president in Zumula or Pesa man gun and we cream, yes, young no man gun, and me cream in Yai, Yari baby by a war or mame, in few memos and my.
We will also encourage those who are out there that rubbish collecting or rubbish as a whole in an environment should have kept well kept, and we will also come and take it for us to reduce the risks of diseases.
Bambo for a one for Dominic Nitihu a day at 2 a dresser or May a year shine executive jets are buying to me a day I in Yumahodo.
The Director of Communications is categorical that you are in the process of acquiring. Mr. Speaker, the question is simple. How does the Honorable Minister for Defense reconcile his answer with the statement put out by the Communications Director? He says that the processes have begun to acquire. You are telling the House that you are now doing consultation. So can you please reconcile? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
When you begin to acquire assets for the Ghana Armed Forces, including the Air Force, you make consultations. He is aware that the Ghana Armed Forces have made consultations with Parliament, and we are continuing to make consultations with Parliament. Mr. Speaker, as is also aware that the Ghana Armed Forces is continuing to make consultation with both government and outside civil society, outside government. So consultations are part of the processes of acquiring the aircraft. So when the communication director says that we have begun the processes, he's correct. The process has been triggered by the military. That jet is owned by the military on behalf of Ghana. It's for government business. And the consultations will continue until such a time that the Minister for Defense is satisfied that the people of Ghana, whether through Parliament, the executive, as well as the people themselves, have been able to convince themselves that buying a ship to defend us or buying an aircraft to be able to do government business is something that we can afford. And indeed, we need. But Mr. Speaker, I want to confirm that all of us, from the indication I get from all the consultations, is that it is paramount, especially because we do not have Ghana Airways, it is paramount to have an aircraft that can do government business. Mr. Speaker, the logbook of the CASA 295, which is a pure military aircraft, is so full that it is not safe for us to continue to rely on the military to be using a pure military aircraft to be ferrying government officials. And government officials include members of Parliament. In fact, one of the bodies that use the military aircraft is MPs. If you check the records, the members of parliament use the military aircraft more than any other single organization.
Yanyan Tiesa Ghana Health Service for I shall say a teacher laptop at the ma and to a so suku a teacher for.
The kind say or ma teacher for no obom get a crown the best idea na omunim de na kwanim your friend continuous professional allowance a coban say aban ebetua sika no mo oha nchichemu eduosom na sa professional allowance na wode boa ma wonso wadisua konkan no wonso emu oha nchichemu aduasa no enomu enom betua fie bibia ni ho a ebeka o pay anase bibia na omutua nso aye prekope Afia omatua yi Afia beba no omusika no obi ankwati bibia mfrim na saa oha nchichemu aduasa na omutua no ebe esi dia hanu ohwe nkan ha se ya schools ni bi wo ho mo ntanya nkan omo de nti omo nsan kan omo de ne se schools no omo ye single track into 15th November and omo ma akwan omo bie school pa omo de no egu ho no mo omo ba beje nanke ye posan ke bi omo wa akwan mam omo mra meje nso no ye ne sa bebre ho ha bi kwa ma akwan watu kwan nti ebue school a omo sa be kan omo de ye bue school nso a for primary any JHS for nso ye chichemu nti ebue school a ne ye ko primary any JHS for so nti January mo no ebue school pe JHS for beje na primary for this so sa na KG for this so akopim se obia nsa be kan de obia ye teacher ni bia so wo district office or regional office o munyina o nsa be kan de ene ye san so ye training amomo training no e free untua bibia ebe ombesan kora nya certificate Microsoft certificate chese no enye se obetumi use no man mu kwa betumi use no be bia peso use bia.
When they enter the staff ID, all of their information will show up. He would verify that information. Then he would enter the code. Once he enters the code, he would also enter the serial number for the particular laptop he's giving to the teacher. Then it will re-register, send a message back to the teacher that you, with this particular code, you have received this laptop with this serial number. And then at that point, the registration process will be complete. If there are any issues, especially around warranty issues, trying to get your device fixed, it will be those messages that you would use for KA Technology to verify that you are actually the person who received this laptop. You are indeed a teacher. You know, sometimes what may happen is other people may take the device and may want to reset it and things like that. If they call KA Technology and they don't have those particular details, the device cannot be reset. So these are some of the things that we have put in place to make sure that we are, one, protecting the device for the teacher and also verifying that the teacher is receiving the device that it's intended for them.
Laptop here, a bind dear Mayano. Yenia so papa. Actually, say, I am passing your laptops. But our laptop here, for teaching and learning. Programs bebre was ebeboa ya dichere amana kwenu na ya ye wo Ghana Education Service de ye wo kan say ekwan pa bia ye befa so ahwama ye ma no Ghana school fo omu adesua beko anim no ne ye die mu ana ye pe na laptop yi niam bebre wo so de ye me de kankan kra ni say teacher fo entro mo fa mo nsa entro lesson notes biom bibia wo laptop no research bibia hia wo subject bia wo bibia hia wo ade kire ani adesua mu nyinara ewom na ebuo no so edeyie because ene mobile phone Android phone bo yesen na aban afa 70% na wa man teacher for say yentua 30% na yeni aso because laptops are one obi entua bi ama a percentage bi ase yentua be we die ye da ban ase say wa dwuni teacher for ho nyame hira wa na obey say nyame hira Director General, any Deputy Director General, any Regional Director, Nyami Shram Bebre, Wadipa Maya Mayene.
I was on for sa laptop you or May Engumasun Ejumako Ghana Education Service and a day ama a teacher for no yet work as a bono as so. She lorry station no. Yanyan TS Babia Womo Ewono. Ayawasu West Municipal Assembly no you were free ho Edomako before. Na woi enako farming tim wants to be a back oka nyasam ketwa. A process for be munum padroba for no more a day a bo and knee. Ama a 2 na a pie a woman.
The Atiana say, and pay how much you want, demolition is at best as a station. I see. Now, there, I want to say, men translate the cast in the bench side, no, on my block, no, my son block out in the so. I may say a casting stranded, what I say, can't come back, drivers in the abortion, but on beyond my information, be answered by Cosso. It's an pay Yahudia, which I'm a drivers in the edge, and I say, I pass a book on home. I am quite a dome every Monday. It's a problem now. Assassins so much on my Dobian can share. But the use of Baba Crosso entrance now. I'm a Siano, fresh upon about drivers. So I'm a see being with your dignity at the effort. Assembly, I was assembly for a ban appear yesterday, the malicious size. It's any door claimantship. I'm not the task force by any police on my side. But any point confirming on my Democrat police station about 4 or 5 people at Democrat Waste police station. Just say, Cassam Cassania, I say, they're costing and you're fine. It's no. All my tears and a mamma police rider before Quest Legon. Upon grocery to a boss from the upon grocery. On new argument say, assassin and land in India. It's the international Juma. So assembly crowd now because as assembly years to trade. Send the dear baby also. But to be no years to trade. Tama say, I'm not driving a stranded kakra.
Sabi on mine acquire say a lawlessness. In fact, President Akufo-Addo from MC no to order. I was so West Municipal Assembly MC no. Mon kwalu omu to order. See not being the presiding member. Yeah, mama sasibia wa ha. Court ruling ni injunction ni inyama ni yekura wa ha. Yeah, even Lands Commission has been given perpetual injunction not to be giving the land to anybody. Wow, ya just as you know, a family be there to obuasi for sasi. Eti aha, omakwaji $400,000. And no momu pekwan bia omo de assassin anya omo de enti na ye ka ton say ya suom fret ayidi say me twan try eni date ni da ben wo be hu date bibia ya suom fresh won bibia ya suom fresh onu he memodin onu ayawa so west wagon ya seven no Sandra Osu ahinkra ona awudu Musa no oye operation no onu pa no oye assemblyman no so because your friend said district assembly common law no or more be to me some me fast as
omo be ka kire say ye be aha ye be ye ni ti say station kase na ye nyira ye nya ekwan de eton ade e na yesu yo e na maame ni be di somebody be abetu kwan chi e fi say station ni dia yesu ye be nya ba bia ye de manu be didi aji anopa we ni ye wo ho a ye be du gate ya happen na omo lock gate mu o na ye gi na kwan mu e ho na omo ka kire ye say omo be start adwuma market na omo be ya omo so omo ni mu ntie nya market in fact anopa na higher pa a kire say my information be to one chi ya jilo ya nyama no ho ya kan say atoko ho any beans wo ho me ya use a blow no ya use a blow bottle nya na go ho this me ba ne be ko school we nu ba bi e di blow nya ne wo na mu try exam as I say dia ma ya ni den e che say nya ya aba ya ti ha na Lydia ba ye ho Lydia ba ye ho say ye ntu aba ma ye e chi bibia ye ya be ye den ye be boa ye e chi che say e we nyira na si a ye hu ye kan say ye hu MP bia say ye hu assembly bia
Awusafo ya to aka se bono eso dotwom eyekuro na no asuhia ene wo eben asuhia pa ewo ahafo ano north kropon no emu adehia wo honum esugu onyem pa ni nyina ne se kane mampanyi eye mills na memu epenso no wo sha sese wo si sugu dan ede ama wo mu wanwie efri sa bre no besi enne amanugu so meka sei sugu dan si wo na afe ne se awie ebo a ehye no ensu oto a eguso asese yenwieye ama enam so wo mo sra abanse wonhwe enye school dan no enfama won
school ye start here at a most time 2009 isi ehwe mfie na be 12 years ni nkura no go school a omutim futu omugu fie no mo aye basare ye chia enu anam san no go school ti be ese aban ni se ya kan de mi na ni no me mfi wo maye if say ha ye to aba pa nti o mi na ni no onyi mfi wo maye bi say oka ebam nti yesere say aka kitua bi say mfa say wa be 50% bi aka die yesere na say o meyi mfi wo no mfa nyi ni din ansa no wo fi so a wo fi so de be kan say ense ni teachers e wo school ha teachers A4 pe e ya na chere from KG to E6 e won class pa wo ha yesere mo sa ban ti mi school dan man ya mi say ba o mi teacher ni bi aba ha ni be kan a bra wonko nso ye wie so a nyame adom we boa no so amende kotes akan ho de me se ho nana ado dan kwa kufu ado din
ise kwara na ba school kra nfutuo no dosu wo hina tare papa kra ba kra obekofi na se de na asai senso o meboa na ni nsisi no ya
tegu akan wuram nkwe ba ide ba bi nko school nsi otope ya pam wo mo no mu nyina ko fi o mo wuram wo mo ti school do kwara wo jina ti je senu ana dawrma man kwa min nyina school kura eyagu mba so baba mo mo dna mo boa ne mo boso maye dia mi school so begina kunya kura ankra ko transfer school kura no ni kunya school mo hasi je senu na dawrma o mo boa ye
school na mo ba no e kwan kura ankra nam so ba no enye kama school dan so mo tim na enye kama je yesiesi ho ama yen so yesen ko mo boso e man kura ne timi komu no enso so yenya emwa bia mfi ba bia emma ene dan ti wasa na yula afamu nyina nti yesen na do se ye fa sa akwanya yi so e de ade srede e tu nanim se wo ma ye mwa e wo yesuku semu enye se nkwara ndebele bakura na omunya ni gie fi se dan na obutim na nye kama se nkwara tina sa dan we mu ehia ade enso so abanisa nti
school ya yeti yi enfie bebre ebesi sabre school yi emwa bia emma enam school ni nti edan na yese basa hwede enwula paafu aye dan na aye obi emwa baso mba ba ombeso anu omosan akọ nti misra na na say e school ni de omo aye na misra ka ekwan aye fa so edi ba school enam ye kwan enye nti echichafo okra eba omo bre enti nipa no nina dodo e so obedi na hanom no ekwan ni nti oba no wosan akọ
Awuzanfo ka seboy efi UTV so ewo enkran abeka junction ye home so basese
Okay, Mrana Suyafa Group Amason 7 to us, so Emma Ghana for you now. See the Gano Yamfa Emma this way chocolate drink or studio here no and it will share sound so na special ice and a special drinks Nina will be a butchidom. I made a sponsor no Emma Ghana for and a me and be no chime meeting at the Romeo Drew. Yendi kai na ekopiemu ewo the floor of parliament enwa youth and sports minister ekojinemu Emma Ghana Black Stars na auditor empenifo nim se okaya omampeni e de atudwa